Kevin McCullough.
Welcome back from Times Square. It's Kevin McCullough. It's That Kevin Show. And coming up tonight in the New Music Spotlight, Megan Woods, another independent woman. And she will be our featured guest artist. Looking forward to that this week on the New Music Spotlight. Just a few more minutes with Carrie Lucas, who is the head of Independent Women's Forum. And Carrie, as we have shifted gears, and, you know, things change quickly. When the Biden administration came into office, I believe it was on day one that Joe Biden signed the executive action that forced the trans ideology, gender identity programs into the schools and blackmailed public schools, threatening to take away breakfasts for poor kids if they didn't stick the gender identity stuff in there. That was on day one, executive order. He just made it happen. There's a lot that can change quickly, and there's some that needs legislative and long-term kind of paths to success. What are you anticipating in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, as Trump takes his hand off the Bible? And then if you were to gaze a year from now and say next January, Kev, here's what we'd like to see happen. What are you kind of most anticipating?
Yeah, you know, it is going to be fascinating to see all of the executive orders and the actions that President Trump is going to be taking. And I'm really proud that a lot of our people have been working with some of the specific things that are going to be coming out. And there will certainly be protections that come for women, for female athletes, for female prisoners, and for kind of common sense. I feel like parents are going to have some more confidence that we know what we're talking about when we talk about, programming for girls and programming for boys. But as you said, it's wonderful to have this new day dawning, but we don't know what's going to happen in another 4 years from now. So this can't stop with executive orders. This has to result. There has to be legislation that happens at a federal level to take protections. We need to take back Title IX and make sure that we get these definitions in law so there is a common language again. We need that also to become a reality on the state level. And obviously, this whole protecting women issue, this is a big one for us. But man, there is so much more that needs to happen and that I'm really excited about. 2025 is going to be just totally pivotal, not just in restoring common sense in this, giving parents back some control over what's happening in their K through 12 schools, getting the federal bureaucracy out of the weeds on that. I really hope, and we're going to be focusing big time on economic reform. One of the main things that we were hearing from women is, I can't afford the cost of life is outpacing my ability to keep up with it in terms of income. So we want to see energy deregulation to get those energy costs, which ripple through and drive so much of our inflation. We want to protect opportunity for women. So the economic picture is also one that we're going to be really focused on, because that impacts every woman, every man, and all the opportunities that are out there. So I really feel like there's going to be so much change in these first 100 days. There's going to be help on the way on many levels.
Well, it's going to be one of those things where I hope there's a lot of pleasant surprises. You were talking about the executive actions that could be rolled out in the first day. I believe, according to some of the people that have told me that are on the inside of this, there's going to be hundreds of executive actions signed in the first day. And so he's going to, that pen's going to get dry quick. But it's all because it has to be done to undo the damage that was done before. And I guess when you're talking about legislative options, we want to ensure going forward that my daughter, but that my daughter's daughters don't have to come and relitigate and refight these battles. The 1920s stood for something. It was the declaration that men and women were fully equal and that under the law, they should be treated fully equally. The 60s and 70s, that's a different conversation. That was about men being replaced by women in places where sometimes it's not beneficial to children or to society to replace one with the other. But the good old 1920s suffragettes, that's my kind of feminism. And I think that's what we need to see like a return to, the idea that men and women have unique gifts, unique abilities, unique skills. They all contribute to the welfare of society and life. But when we think we get a little bit smarter than God or the Creator or the Almighty or however anybody wants to put it, and we think we know better than them and that one can just be randomly substituted for the other, we've really overstepped our boundaries. At least that's my. I'm so glad that we can have some common sense people fighting that like IWF are saying no. There's value in what we bring as a unique entity, and that's what we should be applauding.
Yep, I totally agree. It's going to be, there's so much potential now in restoring that kind of common sense that can have generational impacts. I don't know about you, but I feel like it's Christmas Eve and I can't wait to see what's under the tree.
Stick around for more of That Kevin. Next, That Kevin Show with Kevin McCullough.